Vision is simple to say, but not so simple to achieve, and it's about mindsets.
Yeah.
My vision is simply that children should be offered back their freedom, which has been largely removed in the name of organised activity, over-supervised structured regimes, segregated age groups, and all sorts of other things. I would like to give them back a lot of intrinsic pursuits. Basically, let them just design their own play and just document and observe the learning that will naturally come. Let's not even worry about the learning. Let's see the fun, the enjoyment. Once they find something vocationally interesting, they're going to pursue that and they're going to learn a lot more from it.
Yeah, and that's children being interested and invested in the experiences is validating.
Yeah, and they're going to be a lot more interested in those experiences if they are the ones leading the path. And what a skill for a child to have that they can take on into their adulthood, leading the path, setting their own course and pursuing it.
Yep. And as educators, we understand the importance of play and that the value of play.
We do, for the most part, but yes, definitely.
For the most part, yeah. And that is why you're such a strong advocate for children's play?
Yes, children's play and training for staff to recognise the importance of it. Yeah. Not just to take this industry as your casual job while you're studying or just in between something, but take it seriously, take it professionally. It's deep, it's very deep. Play is very, very deep, and it takes a lot of training to really recognise the depth of that. I would champion all staff in our industry to really look into that and not think of it as just this flippant thing that happens in between the important stuff. I would argue it's the important stuff that holds the rest together.
Absolutely it is. And for educators being able to articulate, that depth of learning and development that occurs by facilitating and supporting children's engagement in natural environments and in self-led play is critical also to us as a profession being recognised as a profession. If we can't articulate the learning that's occurring for children and combat the perception that it's just play and we're just babysitters.
That's right, and that's where the education is also needed for the employees, the staff, the frontline educators. They're the ones that need to have the conversations with the teachers. They're the ones that need to have the conversation with the parents. So they need to be able to articulate those things to come across as professional. That's what will raise us up and be seen and recognised as a profession. OSHCs in particular, I feel, are always in that funny building at the edge of the school. If you're not truly invested in an OSH, not really much understanding is had on what goes on. We joked before that I still get asked occasionally by parents, what do you do between 9 and 3? And it's you have to laugh it off because you have to acknowledge that people just don't understand. But people need to realise that it's a big business. There's a lot of staff. There's an educational framework. There's an enormous amount of work that goes on behind the scenes. That's, I find, where the hard work happens. I enjoy the time when the kid's there. That's the fun stuff. The other work, the hard work happens in between. And not a lot of people know that. So groups like yours give us a voice. They allow us to get out there, be taken seriously, and to raise the profession up to where it needs to be. It's a very important time for these children.
It's critical time for these children, and the research backs all of that in relation to the importance of opportunities, rich learning relational opportunities for children.
Absolutely. And to be honest, like for a lot of the children I work with, and I talk to them all the time, between the 9 and 3 of school, which is heavily structured, it's age segregated, it's all mapped out for them, there's no room for variance, into weekends of structured, organised sport, homework, and other extracurricular activities. Sometimes for these children, their time at OSH is their only truly intrinsic free time to play. My strongest recommendation is educators putting their feet forward, reaching out with the olive branch. Don't sit back in your services and be upset that no one is taking you seriously. It's not going to change anything. We need to step forward. We need to show that we're professionals to the community, to the schools, to the parents. That is how we will advocate change.
For that to change, it has to come from the educator.
It does. We do need to put that foot forward, wear that with pride, wear that badge and own it.
And we do.
We do.
And so do many other educators. Sadly though, due to the perceptions of the field, there is a great attrition rate in education.
Huge attrition rate.
We lose wonderful educators because of that. And part of what we're trying to do is raise the profile of the workforce, talk to wonderful educators like Angus and other educators that we've been asking about their vision and their barriers, to get more messages out there into the public space about the real work.
If everyone stood up and did that, there'd be a lot of messages out there. Take the job seriously, to act like professionals, not to see it as that sideline thing in between your real life. It's a very important role, and we do need to respect that.
It is a very important role. Educators are professionals. Educators are childhood specialists. And Angus, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Lee. Appreciate it. Have a good day.